Welcome, race fans! Here tonight with Ruff Racing's James Wagner's Welding Truck Series. Race number 7 is about to kick off. We just slam dunk qualifying, and we can take a look at where we're going to be tonight. Drivers are just gridding up right now, so we're at Auto Club Speedway for race number 7 tonight. I'm excited. 2-mile oval D-shaped track with about 14-degree banking. This facility opened up in 1997 and has had great racing ever since. We're looking at about a 66-degree temperature, cloudy with 4-mile-an-hour winds and 89% humidity. One thing I do love about this track is it's going to be multi-groove racing. There's multiple lines here, and you can see drivers go up to the high side, the low side, the medium side, all the sides, and we're going to see some tight racing. Tire degradation is going to be a big thing here. And you're going to see that kind of strategy fall off. But we're here for 100 laps tonight. It's going to be a fast one, that's for sure. Taking the pole tonight is the 08 machine of Wagoner. Outside is the 71 of Love. Row 2 is the 98 of Copperthorn. 99 of Fairman joins him in the 4th position. Wilkinson is in 5th. Adamson in the 46 machine in 6th. Pylon in the 7th place in that 29 vehicle. First in 8th in the 3 machine, Speicher in 9th, Hawkins in 10th, Richards in 11th, and Hennings in 12th, Luzier in 13th, Isgrig is in 14th. And moving down to the rest of the field here, Presley in the 44 machine, 15th. Beebe in the 83 machine in 16th. And, we're going to have to switch over. We'll cover some of the rest of the field in a second as we get ready to rock and roll because the pace truck's about to go in here. So 17th is Schuessler in the 61. Hunter is 18th in the 27. Kinney in the 661, 19th, Filder in the 20th, Wagner 21st, Richardson 22nd, and Cooper rounding out the field for 23 cars tonight. It's going to get crazy, that's for sure. Race trucks in, long green flag start here, and they're off. Down into turn 1. See that the field is mixing it up. 3 wide already. Aguilar is out in front with Love in behind as they go into turn 3. Nice clean racing. Fairman doing a good job of holding the bottom line as they come into turn 4. 3 wide in behind with Adamson and Hurst and Copperthorn. Island's creeping up as well. We did a little bit of testing earlier tonight, and drivers here were doing great runs. We're expecting a fuel run of about 30-ish laps or so, depending on how tires wear out. So you can see that the sun is just beaming down on the track, even though we got some clouds underway. But, as these tires heat up, we're going to see some moves. Ticking down the laps, completing number 3 right now. Gonna have to reload the overlays here. Oh, there it goes. Aguilar is showing now on the pole. 3 wide and behind. This is proven to be quite a little bit of action right off the hop. And drivers in behind are starting to single file out. So maybe we can take a look at what's going on here in just 1 second. We'll give you some good perspectives up at the starter stand as the field comes. facility here. Hearing the roar of the engines as these trucks just rip right by. Back up with our leaders now. Wagoner's fallen back, likely saving a little bit of tire with Love on the outside. Fairman looking low. And you're already seeing drivers use the high and the low side, and there's going to be a lot of opportunity for these guys to mix it up. Hirsch shooting down to the bottom. Entering in on 3 there. He's going to get a run on Aguilar and slide up. Will he be able to clear? What I've found here is if we'll watch, is that that outside line just develops a little bit more steam and is able to hold momentum. Spinning the 18 machine, Wilkinson, no caution. He's gonna get it under control, but maybe we could see if we can roll through some footage here. What exactly happened? I don't know if we'll be able to be honest. Take a look at this replay here. I'm just going to back it up a little bit. We got a little bit of time here. Hopefully nothing crazy happens while we take a look at this. But taking a look at Wilkinson here in the 18 machine. Looks like Pilot just comes up and tags him. He's able to whoa it up here, but we'll get back to live action. That'll be your Speed Zone TV instant replay. He's back underway. He's going to need a caution really quick. Tough break for Wilkinson there. Just unfortunate contact. Our leader right now with 5/10 of a lead is Love. He's not one of our winners. We've had 4 winners over 6 races so far this season. And Love has had great contention, great strategy, but hasn't been able to get it done just yet, and he's setting a pace early on to be reckoned with. 71 machine powered by Ford Performance. A bit further back in the field, P6, the 74 machine of Hennings. In behind him there is Spicer. Long way to go before we see pit strategies start to take effect. So just for lap times right now, to just give you guys some perspective, fastest lap was about a 40-second flat, and now after 10 laps, drivers are falling off to almost 41-second laps. So they're about 40.8 to 40.9 for the most part. Like, it's going to really depend on how much somebody pushes as to what happens. Hennings touches the wall at a 4 there. Got to be careful. You get some wheel damage right there, and you might be in trouble. Back up front, 71 machine of Love, running the high side. So one of the things with the high side here is that it's gonna use up a little bit more fuel. So if you think about that 30 lap window, you know, you're gonna have to come in at 30, in at 60, in at 90. But perhaps running the high side, you might start to drop off and get only 28 laps opposed to 30. You run the low side, you could save a little bit more if you're clutching, but you know, it's too early on to really tell what's going to happen. Race number 7, Auto Club tonight, Wagoner's Welding Truck Series. Being brought to you by Speed Zone TV. I'm your host, Robert Lawrence. We probably missed that right at the start, but you know, happy to have you guys back and watching once again. Let's bounce around the field and see what's going on. On board now with Richardson. It's up 4 positions tonight. He's currently running 18th. Let's take a look as he enters into turn 1 with Feidler and Cooper behind him. Nice smooth line. Sun just beaming down on these drivers. They exit turn 2, coming down the backstretch. You can just see them lit up. Taking a look on board, the 661 machine of Jason Kinney. Hunter in the back of Beebe. Touches the wall. That's Wagner in the 30 machine there on the bottom. Beebe swoops down off the corner there. This is tight racing here in and around the 11th to 15th position. These guys are all like nose to tail. And you can see as they're running that corner, they're high and low. Beebe slides up the track into Kinney. Kinney wants to clear down. Hunter in behind. Getting a little dicey right in the middle of the field. Hey guys, we got 85 laps to go. Chill. You know, one of the strategies that could play out here, and, you know, we saw him charge up to the front and set a blistering pace, was the 3 machine of Hurst. I'm not sure if he's saving fuel or saving tire, but, you know, he was battling for the lead, and now we're seeing a different strategy play out for him here. Taking a look on board the 40 machine of Isgrig. Looking like a new paint tonight. Let's get a little zoomy on that. Maybe I'm crazy. I feel like I'm crazy sometimes, but the 40 machine hammer down. And good out there, currently running in 8th. 4 seconds back from the leaders. '98 machine now of Copperthorne on board with him, as Copperthorne's 0.8 back of the leaders. And he's stitched together some good runs so far this season. Hasn't had much luck to get a podium done. He's currently tied for 12th in points, which is pretty commendable considering the talented fields that we talented field of drivers that we have. And it's getting spicy. Love is looking under Aguilar. Let's get all close up on the battle for the lead with Adamson in behind the top 3. Down into turn 1. Love and Adamson running the high side. Aguilar and Love both yet to win a race. The P3 driver started the season strong, Dale Adamson, and was able to go back-to-back dubs. However, just looking at you know, the rest of the finishes there, hasn't had the same type of luck. So he was the winner at Atlanta Motor Speedway, winner at Bristol Motor Speedway, and has you know, mounted some good top 5s and top 10 finishes since, but hasn't found his way in victory lane. This could be the night. You never know. Love Canes. Getting a good run on the exit of 4 down the front stretch. Take a look at our track map to see how spread out everyone is for you guys at home. So they're coming out of 4 right now. See, everyone's just about a turn apart. Lap times have dropped off to 41.8. Almost 2 seconds slower in 20 laps from when we started. So, you know, tire strategy is going to be important tonight. Love cuts under Aguilar, making a pass for the lead, charging down into turn 1, running the paint. Yellow's out. What happened? Not seeing a crash, but let's see what our replay shows here. Yeah, I'm not sure. Perhaps it's here. Looking like might not be able to see it. Looking around. Just taking a look here to see if we can find out where the carnage is. We're checking up. Oh, blinking out. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see what caused the caution, but you can be rest assured that all of these drivers are going to be heading down pit lane right now. You're going to want to, like, tires here are going to be massive. So we're going to see just about everyone come down pit lane. They're very close to that pit window right now anyhow, so, you know, if we're estimating about 30 laps of fuel per run, this is going to mean that there's only 2 more stops after this. So, I don't believe that you can bolt on tires every time. These guys, the Roughneck Racing Wagoner's Welding Truck Series runs a little less, I think 2 additional sets. I'll have to confirm, but very interesting to see all the drivers come down pit lane. A lot of action so far, 22 laps in for race number 7 at Auto Club tonight. 2-mile D-shaped oval has already produced some great racing. It looks like Adamson's not taking tires. He's out first. Aguilar lights it up. Love him behind Copperthorne. Very interesting strategy by Adamson. Take a look at our pit stop times to see if anyone else decided not to bolt on rubber. Yeah, we're going to have to wait a lap or 2 before that shows up. "22 laps in. Coming to 23. Let's talk about what's going on for points in the season right now. So we just finished the halfway mark of the season. The 29 machine of Pylon is currently in first in points, who's sitting in 8th position right now. Take a look at that machine. Next, I believe, is the 74 machine of Hennings. In behind Hennings is our tire strategist. Adamson in third. In fourth, we have the 3 machine of Hurst. Hawaiian Tropic. Some good juice right there. And rounding out the top 5, I'm not seeing him in the field tonight, is 96 machine of Barker. Not sure if they had mechanical issues or whatnot, but we're going to have to see what happens. The lights are off on the pace car. We're coming to the green right now, getting ready for these drivers to pull their belts tight and send it as soon as they hit that Geico restart zone. So interesting to see. The tire fall off was 2 seconds over 20 laps. Green flag's out. Adamson gets a good start. No wheel spin. The high side here's going to be interesting. Adamson's not going to be able to put up too much of a fight, and he's not. He's being smart, staying on the bottom side of the track. He's going to get passed down the backstretch by the 3 cars of Aguilar, Hennings, and Love. I mean, this could work out in his favor depending on the run that happens here, but they're 3 wide coming on the outside of him. Copperthorne and Pylan with Kinney as well. Taking a look at the bird's eye view from the chopper. Following that 3 machine around of Hurst. Now that the heat's starting to pick up at the tires, you see that Adamson's falling back hard, so not sure if his crew chief made the right call, but we still have 74 laps to figure out what the heck's going to happen here tonight. Fortunate here for Wilkinson, as he's got that caution now, he's able to get back up into the field. Coming down the backstretch into turn 3. A little scuff of the wall, so is Isgrig. Battling hard for 12th right now with this pack of cars. 3 wide. 4 wide. Slight contact. Carnage. Little tag for Adamson. He's got nowhere to go. Wide for Adamson again. Almost like he's getting picked on. Those old rubbers are screaming at him. Taking a look back up front here with our leader, 71 machine of Love. It's been up front for the first quarter of the race, battling out with Aguilar. And Hennings is now repped up there. All the speed as they come down the front stretch into turn 1. Let's take a look at the field here from our digger cam. Down the backstretch. Field's done a good job of spreading out a little bit, and they're 3 wide there. Looks like Wilkinson. Take a look at him again, where the action is. Richardson in behind him. We were taking a look at him earlier. Wilkinson's down 5 positions tonight. That's the camera. Richardson's on the move, up 11 positions tonight. Maybe they didn't get it right in qualifying, but they definitely got it right in the race tonight. That truck is on the move. '83 machine pushing Isgrig down the stretch. Dragging the car across the wall. They're 3 wide on the exit. This is where the action is, folks, and that's what we're bringing you here at Speed Zone TV for the Wagoner's Welding Truck Series. Wilkinson drags the wall again. He's going to shuffle back. 61 truck is new in the field tonight. That's Chris Schuessler. We'll have to check back on him later as we got a battle brewing up front here with our leaders. This is the top 5 on your screen. Love, Aguiar, Hennings, Pylon, and Copperthorne coming down the back stretch. Just one Italian for you guys. Make sure you're not sleeping. So we had 4 winners this season. We talked about Adamson winning the first 2. We haven't seen our Chicagoland winner again. That was Mark Morton. But on your screen is our 2 other winners. The 74 truck of Hennings there, sponsored by Wagoner's Welding, and the 29 machine is back-to-back winnings of Jimmy Pylon. Lots of racing left to go. So we'll have to see what happens. But I mean, even winning, you know, last week, Jimmy, like, you had Johnny Hurst up there. Adamson was 3rd. Aguiar was 4th. Wagoner was 5th. And Hennings was 7th there, just after Copperthorne. So, you know, points are very, very important here for race number 7 because there's only a small gap that separates the group. And we need to be, as a driver, as a crew, as a team, as you're running for this championship, you need to be really mindful of who's in front of you and who's behind you, because one mistake could be somebody else's great advantage. Love just hanging on to the lead a little bit. Take a look at our pit stop lap. So right now, all these drivers are showing that they came in 21, so approximately 14-ish laps on their tires now. So what you're going to start to see is who's safe tire and who can roll the exit of the corners. So depending on how the drivers are either trail braking, lifting the throttle, it's going to give you an understanding of how much right front tire they have left, because without that right front tire, you're not going to be able to get a run on somebody on the exit of the corners. We're going to bounce in the cockpit of one of our drivers here. It'll be the 98 machine at Copperthorne to give you some perspective as to what he sees in front of him of the 4 cars. He is pushing a little bit hard, and he's got that wheel cranked. The draft is able to pull you along and keep you in contention. However, what will start to happen is he's going to start to lose the draft because he's not able to accelerate as hard. You can hear him feathering the throttle a little bit there. Let's pop on the cockpit of the 08 machine of Aguilar, who sits just in front of him. Not sure if Love's in the wall up there. Hennings is going to get by. It looks like Love scuffed the wall. Pop back in the cockpits in just a second, see if Hennings is able to complete the pass. Battle down the backstretch. Love doesn't want to give it up just yet. I don't blame him. When you're in behind another truck, you get an aero push. There's not air being pushed on the nose, and it doesn't feel like the truck wants to turn the same anymore. And if you get clean air on your nose, it actually frees up the truck and allows you to kind of wheel it a little bit differently. So, I mean, if I was both of these drivers, I would be fighting for that track position, because that's what's going to keep you out front and keep you from ill handling. Hennings is going to look low here. Oh, slight contact on Love's and Pylon. Nowhere to go. Tough, close racing here. Not sure if Love is happy about that. Little tap there as they go down the backstretch, and Hennings opens up a slight gap. Very fortunate. Love's going to look underneath here. A little bit of help from the 08 machine of Aguilar. This is a battle for your lead, with the top 5 all just being within a second of each other. Wagner's actually not too far back in that 30 truck. He's kind of been a silent assassin. Taking a look at our lap times, Hennings turned a 41.6. The trucks in behind, 41.8s and 9s. And tapering out to the rest of the field, 42 seconds. And now we are seeing here, Love is actually falling back in the field a little bit. The drivers he was racing with were saving a little bit more tire than he was. And now it's starting to show. Wonder if Copperthorne or Wagner is going to be able to make a move as well. Take a look a little bit further back here with 40. Of Isgrig is who we're on now with Wilkinson. And I believe that 17 machine is Presley. It's kind of throwing me for a loop there when the truck doesn't match number. Ooh, Isgrig in the wall. That's going to cost him some time. Wilkinson's going to look low on the exit of 2. He's going to get a run here, but it's hard to complete the pass when the driver on the outside gets that run. So let's see. We'll watch him go into 3 here. Isgrig's hanging on to that outside. Wilkinson's loving it. battle down the stretch. We'll watch them one more time into 1 and 2. They're gaining on Hurst. Hurst ran a 42.7 that last lap. As Greg's running the wall. Lap 21, so we should expect pit stops to happen in around 50 laps. Probably 53-ish is my guess. Hennings has opened up quite a lead of over 9/10 of a lead, which is pretty substantial. Makes a big difference when you can pocket those tires. Take a look at our pit stop time. Move the field back a little bit more. Schoenhurst maybe didn't bolt on tires. Interesting. Him and Adamson both, but Hurst was able to kind of like stay up longer. We watched in that first part of the run, he was able to save more tire. Let's take a look at our third place runner, Aguilar, who's looking like he's mounting a charge on the 29 machine, our current points leader in the Wagoner's Welding Truck Series. So what's going to be interesting now is that, you know, we're running this, I guess Adamson and possibly Hurst are running the strategy in reverse. So these guys are going to get 2 more sets of tires where the guys that bolted on tires that first stop at lap 21 are going to be short a set of tires. So, you know, you're going to see some people perhaps take tires this run, or elect to take them the final run. .30 machine, heck of a job tonight. Up 16 spots. James Wagoner currently running competitive lap times quicker than the leader. The leader ran a 42.26. Wagoner turned a 42.12 the last lap. Remember when we were at Bristol, he was leading the last, I don't know, he led most of the second half of the race, and contact with him between him and the 46 machine took that victory away. We don't know if tonight's going to be the night where Wagoner is able to catch Hennings and put his name in the winner's circle. Merriman was running pretty decent earlier on, but has now fallen off a little bit, currently in the 8th position. We're going to see pit stops pretty soon. I'm excited for that. I know you guys are. This is where, you know, we're going to start to see different strategies form. The sun is still beating down on these drivers as they exit turn 2. Let's go back up here as Richardson just passed. Or sorry, Hurst just passed Richardson for the P8 position. Oh, it's your little bird's eye view there. Back up to live action. And it looks like Pilon Aguilar and Wagoner nose to tail, 1.3 seconds back from our leader Hennings, who's checked out a little bit. Got the battle here between Isgrig and Presley, with Richardson and Schuessler in behind. Looks like drivers are coming down pits. Right meow. So coming in on 52, they can make it to 82 and top up for fuel. So, you know, you might see a couple different strategies. Let's see what happens here. Copperthorne misses the pit box, backing it up there. Right side's up, left side's up for Copperthorne. Is not having any luck with that pits. Comes Adamson. Right sides are up. Gonna need to bolt on 4, but looks like majority of everyone has decided to bolt on 4. That's gonna hurt Copperthorne's run. He was having a great run tonight. I think he was in 5th or 6th position, maybe 7th. Before those pit stops. Now you're seeing Pilot come in. No caution so far. Not seeing any black flags. Back up here with, oh, Aguilar's in the pits now as well. Pilot gets out just a little bit ahead. So in a couple laps, we'll take a look and see if anyone elected to take no tires for this run. Over halfway in the race, 53 laps in, coming to 54. It's looking like our new leader is our old leader, is Love in his Ford Performance truck. Yeah, pit stops always kind of separate people out, and I mean, personally, it's great to see what you know, what's going on with everyone. Pilot and Wagoner, or sorry, Pilot and Aguilar nose to tail for P2 and 3. I'm hoping they, you know, work together instead of trying to pass each other, because they'll be able to close the gap on Love really quick if they work together and draft. Wagoner, great pit stop, maintaining 4th position in his Roughneck Racing Ford. 661 of Kinney. Not sure if we've seen him out this season, but up 14 positions tonight, looking ready to go in that green machine. Herman's coming in his Canadian Tire Ford. We saw him with a quick run earlier on. Not sure what happened to Hennings, but he's fallen back in the field. Oh, he was up there running away with it, and then all of a sudden he was not there anymore. Not sure if any of you guys at home know what's going on. It looks like, let's do a pit stop, pit lane time, and we'll take a look at total pit lane times here. So if you look on your screen there, you can see an average of about 50 seconds. Hennings is currently running Squinty Eye in the 17th position, so let's put it here on 10th. Hasn't shown up yet. So we'll have to check back in just to see what's going on here. As far as, you know, can we determine what happened to that 74 machine, who was having an excellent run. Taking a look at the Hell Yeah machine of Ryan Hunter. And that's a 66 machine of Feidler making the move there in his Moza Toyota. Everything's bouncing around for iRacing. Back up with our leader here. Currently running 41.2 second laps. Gonna just bounce back one more car. Second place is Aguilar. They mirrored lap times. Let's take a look at the lap time history. It shows that Aguilar and Pylon are slowly wheeling in love. And it's going to be interesting to see. Just looking at the pit stop laps. Love only pitted one lap earlier than the others. So is he pocketing tire here? And, you know, as we come up to that next pit window, is somebody just going to be courageous, bolt on 2 tires and take fuel and go? Who knows? Taking a look at Pylon and the 29 machine. Let's just quickly roll through the field, checking on our drivers while we got some time. Wagoner in the 30 machine. 661, Kinney, P5. Fairman in the hunt. The 05 is Sam Lussier, and he's not currently in contention. He's a lap down. 18 is next. 17 machine of Wilkinson. 2 machine of Richardson. P8. Tough break for Copperthorne. We saw him dance around in the pit stalls. Lost his track position. He's currently in the hunt of trying to get back up there. Hurst, 3 machine. 61 of Schuessler. 40 machine of Isgrig. Dale Adamson currently climbing his way back up after not taking tires that first stop. So if there's a late race caution, this might be the car to watch. Presley is next in the field. It says, oh, 17 now. I don't know what the heck's going on. Felt like that was mixed up before. Next in the field here is the 66 machine of Feidler. Ryan Hunter's next, currently in 16th. Greg Speicher, 10 machine, getting passed by Hennings on the outside. And then Cooper as well. See if iRacing picks up 83 machine of BB. And then 21st here is the 05. Hawkins currently in the pits. I don't know if he just pulled in or if he's just hanging out there. And the 56 machine back on the track now is Benjamin Richards. That's all 23 cars we just rolled through. Let's get back up to some leader action. So while we were panning through the cars, you might remember that the leader had about a 0.8 gap over Aguilar and Pilot. Now Love is under fire from second and third, and those two drivers. Wagoner in P4 has caught them from, I want to say, like 2 seconds back. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens next as these laps are just ticking down. Down the backstretch into turn 3. Oh, dicey. Love up by the wall. Pilot's making a run, and Aguilar. Pilot's going to close the door. Aguilar is going to hold the lower line. The draft pulls Love on the outside, but I think we're seeing that tire wear kick in. That 71 machine is struggling to keep the momentum the same as the 29, the 08, and the 30. Aguilar looking to make the move under Love. Battle for second, third, and fourth right now. Blink out. Wagoner's popping back on the screen. Aguilar completes the pass. Let's see if Wagoner is able to now get around the 71 machine and keep the draft of first and second. It's not looking like Wagoner's able to make a move just yet. Not sure what's going on with our timing tower, but those numbers keep bouncing around. And as you can see, Wagoner gets a good run out of 4, but it's just not enough yet. They're coming up on some lap traffic. And this is all the jazz. We've been waiting for some action. Coming up on Cooper, I believe, and Hunter in the cockpit right now of Pilot. Let's see how he navigates lappers. Hunter's gonna get a run here. Wagoner is around Love now, nose to tail. You see that draft is so strong that even though the lap cars aren't having the same corner speed in the draft, they're able to just pull along. Hunter grazes the wall there like a cow grazing the field. Board with Wagoner now, as Wagoner and Love are coming up to those lap cars as well. BB is showing BB's entering the pits. Down the backstretch. Able to get around Hunter, but now Cooper is next. Opening up a 1.2 second lead. Pit window is coming up in about 10 laps. The sun is going down a little bit at Auto Club tonight. 14-degree banking. Speed Zone TV bringing you the action tonight. I'm your host, Robert Warrens, for the Wagoner's Welding Truck Series. We got race number 7 underway. 27 laps to go. This is where it's going to start to heat up, and we're going to start to see some strategy from different drivers. So I'm showing Adamson is in the pits. He's bolting on 4 tires, and this is where the strategy kicks in. He's got enough fuel to go the whole way on lap 73. Back up with our leaders now. Oh, we're seeing other drivers pit. We got Hurst coming in the pits now. Oh, bouncing around here on Richardson. Hunter's entered the pits. Isgrig has entered the pits. Bunch of drivers electing to pit now, so hopefully this stays green and we're going to have a very interesting race on our hands. Looking at lap times now. You don't want to stay out too late, but fresh tires are going to make a boatload of difference for time. You can see that Wagoner is a touch faster than Aguilar and Pylon, but they're marginally different. Like, they're splitting half of a tenth each lap, so that's not going to be enough to really reel it in. But really, the pit window's open, so we're going to see a bunch of different drivers start to pit. Back up front with our leader, Pylon. Back-to-back wins, setting the pace tonight with 25 laps to go. I'm not expecting a three-peat. There's still lots of racing left. But here you are with Speed Zone TV as we bring the action. We had so much green flag racing that we haven't even run our commercials tonight. Dang, stuff is crazy. So, you know, once these leaders pit, we're really going to see how the field shuffles out and how much time is gained. On board with Richardson now. Having an excellent run tonight. There's Adamson on his fresh tires with all the sped. Blowing by Copperthorne and Richardson. They're 18 seconds back of the leader right now. And this is where pit strategy is going to start to play a factor. Showing Daniel Love has entered the pits. Let's take a look at what Love does. Looking, oh, 4 tires. Somebody take 2 tires. Back to live action. Aguilar and Wagoner have caught Pylon. Well, 6/10 back. $23 laps to go. So really, once we get to that 20 marker, these guys are going to want to pit soon. They don't need a full tank of fuel, so taking 2 tires is likely a few second advantage. Wagner's hungry for that P2 spot as he makes a little look on Aguilar. Going down the backstretch. Yellow is out. Liam Beebe crashed. Let's take a look at it from our Speed Zone TV. We did not need that caution. We're already showing some damage on that truck. Let's back it up and see what happened here. Goes into a slide. Motor blows. And it looks like, you know, not too much you can do there. Truck runs out of momentum, back to live action, so a couple drivers are going to get the wave around. That's going to mess the pit strategy up here. With 21 laps to go, our leader is currently piling with Aguilar and Wagner second and third, Kinney in fourth, Veerman fifth, Copperthorne salvages, getting back up to the front in sixth, Richardson seventh, Schuessler eighth, Feidler ninth, Hennings 10th, and then a boatload of cars who already pitted trying to elect that strategy, but it bites them in the boo-boo. Nobody likes getting bit in the boo-boo, you know what I'm saying? Nobody. I would imagine that just about everyone is going to be coming down pit lane who hasn't pitted yet. This is going to level the field for these top 10 drivers who haven't pitted. Watch the paddle down pit road here. Wagner ducking in first. Excellent run for Wagner. Excellent run for Kinney and Richardson. So now it's like, I wouldn't take 2 tires now. You might as well just take 4 because it's going to be a little bit advantageous to have the 4 rubbers and then be able to drive them out. Interesting, interesting, interesting. That's going to be our action right meow. Oh, this is a shot of the lap cars, as you can see in the ticker. Love, Adamson, Wilkinson, Hurst, Isgrig, Presley, Hunter. They're all waiting for the wave around. So with 1 lap to go, they will get to catch the tail end of the field. The challenge is now is that they've got 5 or 6 laps, some of these guys, on their tires or more. And tire wear is so critical here. As you saw, a hard charger, if they overcharge the corners, they burn the right front and they start to fall back. So now with a lighter load of fuel, we set a fast lap of almost 40 seconds flat. I'm thinking now these drivers are going to be able to get into the 39-second lap and just go gangbusters. But whoever takes the lead is going to have to play defense. And there's a mixed mindset here where is it better to be the aggressor and lead or be the patient one and just, be a little bit more passive, let the race come to you, because you're able to save while you're behind somebody. But when you're setting the pace, you don't know what that guy behind you is doing. So if you can fight it off, then sure, it works, right? But who knows? They're going to stack them up. Those lap cars got to get all the way around the field. Hopefully they're able to rejoin. Caution's actually short. It's only 2 laps. I guess if I didn't talk so much, I suppose we could have ran the Wagner's Welding commercial and give a shout out to our series sponsor that makes it possible for you guys to watch Speed Zone TV at home and see and cheer on your favorite driver. At Auto Club tonight, oh, I guess we got 1 more lap. We should give some love. be rolling this commercial right now.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
All right. 18 laps to go. If you're not excited, you should be now. It took us a long time to get here. 40-second laps are interesting to watch because it's like almost super speedway times. There's very little off throttle time at Auto Club until the tires get worn down. So I'm not sure if we're going to see another crazy thing happen, but I'm sure we will. With the amount of respect that these drivers have, we're definitely going to see some good door-to-door racing, but with cold tires, it is a little slippery at the start, so we'll have to see, is somebody able to make a run and manage their stuff. Lights are off on the pass truck. The 29 machine will control the fire in the Geico restart zone. The crowd is watching intensely. 29 gets a good start. Able to clear the 08. The 30 machine tucks in behind with Fairman in the 4th and Copperthorne in the 5th with Richardson on his outside. Wagner's coming to hunt tonight. I don't know if he's got a crossbow and what, he's coming. This is a battle for the lead right here, these two trucks. Hennings is driving his way back up to the front. Aguilar looking low on the 29 machine. 16 times around left. If you're not sweaty as a driver now, you're definitely going to be sweating. Aguilar ducking to the bottom, trying to break the draft or sketch people out. Down into turn 1, Pylan's not going to be letting up. Good battle for the lead. Let's take a look a little bit further back. We're going to focus on, I don't even know what just happened. Let's just back that up for a second because that was crazy. Right here. I'm gonna wind that back because we gotta pay attention. So this is Pylan here. Let's just back it up. Oh, this is the restart. We went too far. My apologies. I think it's this one here. Coming out of the corner. Ooh, slight contact. Oh, Aguilar hits the wall hard from the slight contact. Let's just back that up one more time. We'll get back to the racing action, but this is actually quite significant. And if I can switch the camera quick enough, you can see that Pylan comes off of the corner and tags the 08 machine rather egregiously, sending him into the wall. No caution. We're going to get back to live action now. And we got Wagoner who's in the lead with 13 laps to go. Hennings and Pilot, I believe, are currently 1 and 2 in points, only separated by 2 points. Adamson, a little bit further back in the field, 13th right now, is 3rd in points. Hurst is 12th, who's 4th in points. And Fairman having a great run tonight, currently 4th, but 6th in points. Hennings and Pilot duking it out. Don't blink. Don't think. Just drive. The battle for P2 is going to be where the action is. You saw Pilot slide up on the 08 machine. I'm not sure if that damaged his truck at all, but significant damage to the 08 machine. Richardson looking under Fairman there, with Copperthorne in the fight. Seeing some crazy stuff up front. Ooh, Wagner scuffs the wall. Pilot checks up. Henning's gonna get a run. He's gonna clear. Tough break for Wagner. Live on Speed Zone TV, we caught it. That might have caused wheel damage. We're gonna see in a couple laps how that 30 machine is able to bounce back. But now we gotta fight for the lead. Hennings crossing the line with 10 laps to go. We're going to get a chance to talk to these drivers at the end of the race and get their perspective as to how they thought the track surface was and their thoughts on the throwback race that we're going to next week at Talladega. We're going to see some cool paints and talk about some racing history. I don't know if they're going to be able to catch Hennings now as that sun has shifted. Getting blinded coming out of turn 4 now. Wagner is not done fighting. Looking at lap times, they're trading half of a tenth a lap, and these 3 cars, well, the 4th car as well, they're all within a half a tenth. Copperthorne is in the fight as well, so there's a good chance if these drivers start to mix it up that Copperthorne can close the gap, and we will have a 4-way battle for the lead. Island sliding. Oh, Hennings touches the wall slightly. Island slides up in behind. Copperthorne is closing in. Oh, Pilot, Hennings in the wall. Wagner makes a move on the outside of Pilot. Personally, I feel like that's the best move, is get the run on the outside because you can get that outside momentum. Truck doesn't get as tight on the high side. Copperthorne has caught them. Great recovery from Copperthorne after the green flag pit stop. This is exciting because 2 of these 4 drivers we've never had a post-race interview for, and it's looking like we're going to get a run from Copperthorne. He's looking. See that sun glare. Hunter is on the bottom of the track. We don't need a caution, Hunter. Get that 27 machine out of the way. Wagoner looking at lap times, 82.89. Man, oh man, 5 laps to go. Wagoner's Welding Truck Series Auto Club. 95 laps in the books. Wagoner's going to be into the wall there ever so slightly. That's going to cost him a couple tenths. Copperthorne is under Island. And Copperthorne has done a great job of managing his tires. Able to make the pass on Pylon. Four more times around the track for Hennings, our current leader, who's opening up a 7/10 gap. I don't even want to look away further back, but we will for one quick second. We're going to take a look at the 6th position of Richardson, who's under fire from the 61 machine newcomer Schuessler. As they go down the backstretch, Schuessler's going to tuck in behind. Good run for both of these drivers. Richardson looking to capitalize on really a top 10 finish tonight is quite impressive. Different, you know, we've seen quite the different tracks between all of the season so far. You know, from speedways to short tracks to super speedways. And we're seeing different drivers just emerge and show their ability. Copperthorne again here, showing how he's managed his equipment with 2 laps to go. When we take the white, the race becomes official. There will be no more tries. Final lap. Hennings has checked out. Just has to make a smooth corner. We're going to watch the battle for P2. Copperthorne and Wagoner. Down the backstretch. Copperthorne's going to look low. Woo! Going to be a tight one. And here it comes. Hennings doing a little squiggle, a little dance. Unofficial results. It's going to be tight. I'm showing that Wagoner, by a narrow margin of almost a tenth, will claim the P2 spot and Copperthorne third. Oh my, oh my. What a great finish that we saw there. And Hennings got it done. Even though he scuffed the wall a couple times, he was able to maintain or be victorious and maintain that lead. So we're going to take a quick little break-see here, run our commercial, give some shout-out to Wagoner's Welding while Hennings does a quick burn down.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding.
All right, awesome sauce. Thank you, everyone, for your patience there as we're giving some respect to our sponsors. Let's see who we can pull in here for an interview. Not seeing the 98 machine of Copperthorn. Gonna have to pull in the P2 finisher here. Just 1 second. All right. Awesome. So let's grab. Oh, we do have our P3 finisher. So we'll grab Eric Copperthorn first. Eric, do you got a copy?
I do.
Congratulations on your P3 tonight, sir. That was a great run by you. How did you feel that your race went, other than finishing third? Obviously, tell me about what happened for you.
Everything was good the first couple pit stops, and my third pit stop, or maybe my second pit stop, I overshot the pit and basically lost almost 10 seconds on the track, and worked my way back a little bit. But if it wasn't for the yellow flag, I never would have been close. But my car was really good on long runs, so I was able to work my way back up and restarted the last caution, I think sixth, and was able to pick off and get myself to third, and almost had second. A couple more laps, I think I would have had second.
Yeah, 100%. We watched you dance in your pit box there as you rolled it back and forth a few times. I was like, man, you were having such a great run, and I couldn't agree with you more around that caution. I didn't really want to see it come out because there was about to be kind of like an epic battle of strategy that was occurring on the track, but it did work out in your favor. We're going to Talladega next week. Do you like Talladega? Are you a super speedway guy?
You know, Talladega or even the super speedways for me are kind of hit and miss. You could do everything right and get caught up, and I don't. It's a luck game, and I don't really like playing those. I like the shorter tracks.
Yeah, well, definitely watching you tonight, especially near the end of the run, it showed that you really managed your tires appropriately, and that was allowing you to get the runs and pass Pylon and have a run at Wagner. Do you think you would have had anything for Hennings if there was like 10 or 15 more laps in the race?
I don't think so. The first couple stints, I was running fourth and fifth, and I was just basically pacing with them. The first group of like 4 or 5 cars were basically together for the first 2 pit stops, and I don't really think I had anything for them. I could keep up with them, but it's difficult to pass unless you've really got better tires. And it seemed like everybody was, at least the top 5, was wearing tires about the same.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Definitely. So we were talking about it during the broadcast, and next week's a throwback paint scheme. So no spoilers, Eric. No spoilers. Don't tell us what it is. But are you going to be having one next week?
I guess now I'll have to think about it. Hadn't even thought about it until you said it, so I have nothing to spoil. So I'll have to look. I'll work on it this week.
Well, I guess surprise. Currently, you're sitting, it looks like 12th in points before the race updates. Where do you think, we got 5 more races after this? You think you're going to be a solid top 10 points finisher for the rest of the season?
I think so. I think I could be pretty consistent, and it all depends on scheduling to make sure I can attend the races. And if I can do that, I think I could have a pretty good shot at being to the front of most of the tracks and maybe building up some points.
Yep. Well, I mean, just looking at it now, it's updated. You're sitting in 11th, and you're 13 points back from 5th, which is really not that much in the grand scheme of things. So I think, if scheduling plays out for you, you've had a string of good runs pretty much through the season, and you've been fast at some tracks, and then not so fast at other tracks. And I don't know about bad luck if that played a factor because I can't remember everything. But we're going to Nashville Super Speedway. We're going to Charlotte Motor Speedway, North Wilkesboro, and we close out the season at Kansas. Are any of those one of your favorite tracks?
I like Kansas. Kansas is a good track. It's another wide track, many lines, gives some good racing.
Yeah, it definitely does. And that's also a candidate for extreme tire wear as well. So, Eric, I'm going to kick you out of the booth now, but before I do, is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to?
Just want to give a shout out to the sponsor. It's without them, we wouldn't be able to have these races, and it's a lot of great guys. It's been a lot of great racing, so I do want to thank the Wagners for welding. They've just been really good to sponsor us, and good bunch of guys. But that's about it.
Oh, well, awesome. Congrats on your P3 finish tonight, Eric. And honestly, a very impressive run. You should be very proud of what you did out there tonight. Um, and I really hope to see you back up in the booth again and string together some more great finishes like tonight.
Great, thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, take care. That was our P3 finisher, Eric Copperthorne. We're going to bring in the 30 machine of Doug Wagner. Mr. Big Dougie Wagner, do you got a copy?
I got you.
Nice to talk to you, buddy. I watched you get the bumper at Bristol and then not have a lot of great luck after that. But tonight, it looked like you were in contention for the win. You ran pretty competitive most of the night. What was going through your mind after that last pit stop there as far as like strategy? Like you had the lead there for a bit. What was going on?
I got off my game plan there after that last caution. The whole race, and I've always said slower's faster.
Yep.
And that's what I'd done the whole race. And then that last 20 laps, 17 laps, I was just pedal to the floor and ended up hitting the wall and getting wheel damage there at the end. So I should have just kept my game plan. I'd probably come out better, but I'll take second.
Yeah, I wondered when you tagged the wall there the one time you hit it pretty significantly. So it did give you like kind of like toe link damage or whatever?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it just said you have wheel damage. I mean, and I was just like, I'm just gonna hold on.
Yeah, I was rooting for you. We got a kind of like it's really your support that I think fosters the league here, and just want to thank you for that. But we got five races left in the season. What's your strategy going into Talladega next week? Are we going to see a cool paint? Don't tell me what it is. And any of the tracks remaining, are they a favorite track for you?
I don't know. I like them all, but I'm good at some. I suck at some. So I guess I'll take it race by race.
Yeah, I
But
guess that's fair.
so we got Talladega next week.
Talladega next week. We're running throwback paints. I've seen some of them leak out. I'm kind of excited about that because you get to see a little bit different things going on, but also super speedway racing is also very different, right? So the mix of tracks for me that we've watched and broadcasted, we've seen different front runners. Obviously, you got some staples like Adamson, Hennings, and Pylan that are up in the mix, but tonight we saw you up front. Copperthorne was up front. Fairman had a good run. Kinney had a good run. Richardson had a good run. So I don't know about Talladega. I'm not a super speedway fan for sure, but Do you like it? Like, are you a super speedway guy?
Oh yeah, I run a super speedway about every single night.
Okay.
I've actually got another side of Discord, Monday side Discord. We run. That's what we run. Daytona, Talladega, and Atlanta. So I'll have to send you the Discord link to it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Like we run with a lot of them pro drivers like Malik Ray, Daniel Funkenham or whatever his name is.
Yep.
And Kyler Wynn. I mean, there's Garrett Maines. They all race over there with us, so it's pretty tough over there.
Yeah. So
If you get in the top, if you get in the top 10, you've done something.
yeah, I mean that
So.
would. Whenever there's like some money racing involved, you see some sweaty pro drivers come out every once in a while, and they do put on a good show. But super speedway racing, anyone could be up front, but I'm sure it's tough competition for sure. So it sounds like you're going to be prepared next week to get all sweaty.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. 100% sure. Brian, he'll be pretty tough there too. So.
Yeah, 100%. All right, Mr. Wagner, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my father, Wagner's Welding, for pretty much running this league or sporting this league. Like to thank all the admins over here, TME, Johnny, Chris Ramsey, Ace, all them guys. Like to thank everybody that runs with us. We got to have drivers or we wouldn't be able to do this either. So I'd like to thank all of them. I'd like to thank you for the broadcast, my mom, and of course my dad again. Both my boys. I mean, just everybody and everybody that watches and supports us.
I mean, you've done a great job of fostering a great community, and you see that. Well, I see that from my perspective. So thank you for fostering the community that you fostered. There's a lot of respect in amongst the ranks of drivers here at Roughneck Racing. And
oh yeah, they're great group. I mean, really good group of guys.
Something to be proud of for sure.
I mean, it's like everybody gets along. I mean, pretty good over here.
100%.
Now, on the money side, it ain't so much. Everybody, they bicker.
Money's a dirty thing, and when it's involved, it's not so friendly all the time, is it?
Nope.
All right, Mr. Doug. Well, congrats on your P2 finish tonight, and I hope you stitch together some more performances to get you back up in the booth here. And yeah.
Yeah, I thought I had it last Wednesday too. Iowa.
Oh, did you?
I led the last 40 laps.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy caught me on the white flag.
Yeah. You've been close.
Ended up finishing. Yeah.
You've been close. I think tire strategy was like a little bit of a factor there. But Iowa eats up the tires pretty good too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't take tires that last stop or whatever, and I knew I had to get out on them, and I knew they'd end up running me down there at the end, and Jimmy did, and he got around me. But then I had old Bristol locked up, and sort of, I don't know.
I think he got love.
Shit happens.
It's called Bristol love.
Yeah. But it's all good.
Yep. All right, sir. Congrats on your P2 finish again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yep. Appreciate you.
Yeah, take care. That was our P2 finisher. We're going to bring in our winner chicken dinner. Mr. Brian Hennings. Got Rob in the booth here with you. Talking to you again. It seems like I talk to you once every other week or so. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm pretty good, buddy. What was going on? Like you had you were running up front. We had was it green flag pit stops or whatever?
Yep.
What the heck happened to you?
Hit the line at 70 miles an hour instead of 55. Got the 40-second hold.
Okay. I wondered because that was pretty crazy. Like all of a sudden you were out there leading quite significantly.
Came in too hot.
Yeah, I guess when you want to go, you got to go.
Yeah. So I'm only sitting here talking to you because that caution came out there near the end.
Yeah. I think it would have been very interesting to see what strategies would have evolved. Because
it probably would have been another green flag stop, but I mean, I would have had no chance. It should have been somebody else. I mean, it was funny. Are you able to hear what we chat about in the session or no?
No, I have to turn that off because it would just come over everything.
So I yelled out debris caution because I saw Liam's fender bouncing down the backstretch, and then like 2 seconds later, I racing through the caution because it came to a stop.
Yeah, he blew his motor on the backstretch there, and there wasn't much he could do. I mean, and the certain tracks where they have the yellow line, if you have that slower car, it won't bring up the caution
Yeah.
once they're below. But there's no
Yeah.
yellow line here, so
Right.
anything's
Yeah. So
possible.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, if he would have pulled off farther, maybe it wouldn't have thrown it. So I feel bad for the others that had a better chance at winning this if it would have stayed green, and I'd preferred green flag stops. I mean, that's usually makes things more interesting.
Yep. Well, half the field had pitted, so there was about 10 trucks that were a lap down when that caution
Mhm.
came out, and there was like the mix of people started pitting around lap 73 to 75, and then that caution came out not too long after that.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can really make up that much ground all the time when your tires have like probably like 4 or 5 laps of degradation on them.
No, I mean, I got back up to about 12th after I screwed myself on that pit, and I just figured I'm just gonna ride it out and I'd finish where I finished, but I had no thought that I would be up there in winner circle. It's all because of that caution.
Yeah, 100%. We're heading to Talladega next week, and Dougie was saying that you're a super speedway guy, and you might be a handful there. Are the rumors true?
Yeah, I mean, over with my regulars at VRX, we used to host 2 to 3 races every night. Not so much anymore, but I mean, we would host Dega and Daytona almost every night because that's what always would draw people in the hosted, and did a lot of that. And I thought I was halfway decent, and then I got into the money racing scene, and that was an eye opener. Didn't start queuing as good as I did in our hosted stuff, but I've learned quite a bit, and I think it's made me a better super speedway racer. So yeah, I do love Dega. So looking forward to it.
So you are going to be a threat. The rumors are true. That's terrifying. So
Yeah.
right now it looks like you've opened up about a 5-point lead over Jimmy. You came in 2 points behind tonight. So, how are you feeling for the rest of the 5 races that are left? Are you feeling good for closing out the season and clinching the championship?
I hope so. I mean, like I said, I like Dega. Nashville, not so much. I haven't really run there enough. Charlotte, it's kind of more of a driver's track. You got to make sure you don't burn your stuff up. See how it goes there. Wilkesboro, I'm not so sure how that's going to go. I've hardly done any laps there, but I do love Kansas, so we'll see how it goes.
I think, from my perspective, Wilkesboro is probably going to be one of the most interesting.
Yes.
Tons of respect for you guys on the track and watching you dance around each other, but there's no room at Wilkesboro to do what you guys do on a mile like
Yeah.
Iowa, or intermediate
Right.
1.5, or like a place like this, it's 2 miles.
I
So
said I think I've done all of maybe 2 races there, and I don't even remember what cars they were in. So I should probably get some practice.
yeah, yeah, tire wear is going to be a big factor there, but track position is probably likely to be more important.
Yeah. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Well, congrats on your finish tonight, Brian. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
You guys at Speed Zone, thanks Rob for the broadcast. I'll definitely go take a look. Dougie and Tim for putting the league on, and Benji, Steven, all my other teammates, Ed, Mr. Malarkey in the booth. He was helping us with a little eye in the sky, and wife and daughter, love you guys, and any other family and friends that might be watching. So
Heck yeah. Well, congrats again, Brian. It's been a pleasure watching your race all season and putting on a show
Yep.
just for
Thank you.
everyone. And I hope to be chatting with you again and
Right on.
be a threat at Talladega. And you better get your throwback paint ready.
Yeah, no, I think I already know what I'm going to do.
All right, sir.
Right on.
Well, enjoy your night and go celebrate your win.
You too. All right. Thank you, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, take care. That was our P1 finisher, Brian Hennings. That'll be closing out the night for tonight. We'll just speed it up and show you Brian's burn down as he did a little shake there as he was taking the checkered flag. So, very interesting racing tonight for 100 laps at Auto Club. We were only seeing a couple cautions, which created some great racing. And just like Brian said, if that late caution didn't come out from the 83 machine, a BB, it would have been a very different race because we started to see different strategies play out with drivers pitting early and taking 4 tires. However, that wasn't the case. We restacked the cards. All those drivers, there was about 10 of them, that all went in during that caution and bolted on fresh rubber. And we saw some great racing between Aguilar, Pylon, Copperthorne, Wagoner, and Hennings mounting that victory. We saw Richardson have a great run tonight. Kinney had a great run tonight. Schuessler had a great run. But, the man that gets all the bragging rights is that 74 machine in the Wagner's Welding Chevy, Brian Hennings. So just great job by him tonight, being patient, getting it done. And that's another win for him in the books. I believe that's his second of the season, won at Daytona. So there you go. Winning at Daytona, going to Talladega next week. Very, very close points battle for the Roughneck Racing's Wagner's Welding Truck Series. And couldn't be very much more happy with the quality of driving that we've seen from this series overall. And tonight just speaks volumes to it. So we'll quickly just roll through the results. Give a shout out to those drivers in the field, filling out the 23 car field tonight. So, once again, Hennings our victor, Wagner second, Copperthorne third, Pylon fourth, Kinney fifth, Richardson sixth, Schuessler seventh, Wilkinson eighth, Behrman ninth, Beidler 10th, Love 11th, Hurst 12th, Adamson 13th, Isgrig 14th, Cooper 15th, Presley 16th, Aguilar 17th. Tough break for him with some damage. Spicer 18th, Lucier 19th. Hunter is our 20th position, and rounding out the field, 3 more cars, 83 of BB, 22nd Richards, and the 84 machine Hawkins round out the 23 positions. That's going to be our show for tonight. You can see the top 3 sitting on the starter-finish line and just celebrating that great race that we just had. So, once again, I'm Robert Warrens from Speed Zone TV, bringing you the action tonight. We're going to Talladega next week. We're going to see some throwback paints, and I'll be excited for that. That's going to be some crazy racing. So tune in again next week around 7:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you get a moment, share the stream out with your friends and family. Throw some likes on the stream, and get us out there and celebrate the show that these guys put on for you. Give a shout out to Wagner's Welding for sponsoring the series. And make sure that you're back next week. So once again, thank you for tuning in, everyone. And we'll catch you next week.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business.